G'day, I'm Kate Grarock. How are you? I am doing some little episode recaps for Alone Australia. I'm sitting in this weird little mining town in the middle of Western Australia, and I've just watched episode 9, so I throw down my recap for that one. So we've only got 3 people left on the show. We've got Gina, Mike and Michael, and I think it kicks off at about day 26. So it starts with Mike, and he's talking about wondering where the other contestants are at, how many people remain, and that's certainly something that pops into your head here and there. Then we see him struggling there. He's got something on the line, but it's tangled so badly around, debris in the water, and so he gets in his knickers and he jumps down in the water, and it's like 9 degrees Celsius, and he dives down trying to free it, and the struggle. He has to let the line go and just leave it. Then the next shot, I think we can see him jump in the canoe to go and explore and try and find some good fishing spots, and Kiwi's in the knickers again. He's paddles over this spot. He's worried about the weather. He paddles over, and unfortunately doesn't have much luck there, and the weather turns bad, and so it's sort of this bit of a chaotic scene where he's jumping in, trying to get back, trying to get warm, and I guess that's the thing, you're so vulnerable out there. We start to see, I guess, the most raw Mike that we've seen in this episode, and he's rightfully so. He's getting frustrated. He starts to, chuck a few F-bombs out there. He's cold, he's tired, he's hungry, he's paddling to get back, and it's just, the poor guy can't win a trick, and you really feel for him in this scene. Then we flick to Gina. She's doing a little dance, a fish dance, trying to get some food in. She talks about how she's had success with fish. I think she's got 6 fish so far, and now it's like her body wants it and needs it, and I guess that's hard. Then you have to go back into a starvation mode if you're not catching fish constantly, and it's always this struggle to just keep more, that calorific. We normally eat something like 2,000 calories a day, and the weight of procuring that is just so difficult. She also talks about how she wants to win it, and I love that she just owns it. Yep, want to win this, gonna try. We also see the first, to my knowledge, the first indication of the acknowledgement of the tide, or the level of the lake rising and falling, and I found that quite intense. I think in the first week I was there, the level rose almost maybe 2 meters, and it's pretty shocking to see the change in an environment when it goes from quite low to quite high, and she's rightfully so clearing out that area. Then we see her catch a fish really late in the evening, and she's really strong about it, and she just says, well, I'm actually going to keep it to tomorrow. I've sort of got through a day there. I don't need this fish, and I'll really appreciate it tomorrow. We see them also hit the 28-day mark, and I think there's something psychological about that. It's 4 weeks a month, and we see this beautiful part of Gina where she starts to talk about the solitude and it not affecting her that much. And that was the beautiful thing out there, is you have the space to think about these deep thoughts that might, you possibly could push away in the normal world with all the busyness going on. But she, good on her, she digs into that and is like, why is this solitude not affecting me? And she really opens up here, and it's just mind-blowing and so exciting about what she's talking about. Hard, but so interesting is when her daughter died, when Blaze died, she used that absolute strength to survive, the most unimaginable experience. And a part of that has taught her, I guess, that people die. And, there's a level of that. You put up a barrier and resilience to protect yourself, knowing that anyone you love or need could leave at any moment. And that's both understandable but also so shocking and hard to hear her speak like that, and you understand exactly why she's done that, and she works through that and talks about how she would love a hug, and she wants to just say, I need you, and open herself up to someone. And that's the coolest thing about these. Being out in nature gives you that space to dig through those thoughts. And it's really exciting to see Gina make that realization about herself. I love that about nature. Then we jump to Michael, and he is doing the big move. To be honest, this is so impressive. Your energy levels just start to tank after not eating too much. He hasn't had any protein the whole time he's been there. For him to have the fortitude to be like, I need to do this, is just incredible. He keeps talking about, is it is it the dumbest idea I've done, or is it the best idea I've ever done? And I'm just so excited to see how this goes, because I'm just so impressed that he's done it. Like, you know, moving the camera equipment, moving the batteries that you had to have to charge things, moving everything, taking down your shelter. You know, the vulnerability to that too. Like, I'm a hiker, I love moving through nature, but, you know, I have this ultralight backpack and it's super easy and I have everything I need in my backpack. And whenever I went on little, like, journeys, I actually felt so vulnerable because I was leaving that safety net that I had. And so for him to move everything, 1.2 Ks over, I think it was 2 or 3 days he did that, is just so impressive. Sets up his new camp, and, you know, he's cold, he's wet, he's freezing. It comes up with something like he's used 3,000 calories to get there. That late in the game is pretty scary, but I'm just so hopeful for Michael now that he, you know, he's in the, you know, the bay of plenty, as he puts it, and he'll catch the eels, catch the fish, and get some, you know, some meat happening. And it's definitely on the balance at the moment, and I'm really excited to see how that goes for him. Then he, you know, he starts to think about his family, and he you know, he makes the amazing point that, you know, he's been there 28 days, but it's actually pretty much, instead of 4 weeks, actually 5 weeks, because there is a boot camp that we do before this, and I think it was 7 to 10 days, and, you know, they took our phone day one, so we couldn't, you know, have that interaction with our family, and then you add on top of that the extra month that he's been there, and you can see he's starting to feel that burden of, you know, he has a farm, he has a property, and he's asking his wife and family to look after that in his absence, and that's a lot of work. And you do start to think, I hope they're okay, I hope, you know, everything's going well in my absence, and it's hard. It's hard to sit with that. It's hard to sit with the no information. You know, even when I hike in remote parts of Australia, every couple of days you'll get a little bit of reception or have some form of contact, just to, everything good? Yep, everything's good. Okay, great. You can, you know, focus back on the task at hand. But not having that information is quite challenging. And not having your support networks, you know, your family and your friends are your support network, and they're the people that you go to when you've had a rough day, when you've just thrown 3,000 calories at moving 1.2 kilometers across this you know, epic landscape when you haven't eaten for like 4 weeks or whatever, Michael. And you don't have those safety nets and that support network around you. It is very hard. And that's it. That's the end of episode 9. And so next week, I think we have the double episode, The End. Yeah, we've got 3 people remaining. It's just really exciting. You're sort of looking at them all. You're looking at Michael's got really big potential. Mike's got potential. Gina's got huge potential. Where's it going to end up? I can't wait. I'm so excited. Start to chuck in comments. I am going to do a Q&A at the end of all this. So please sing out if you have any questions about my time on the land. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.